morning. So today I'm going to share it to you guys on how to actually, yes, the word is how to actually save money. So I'm going to share it to you guys my technique on how I actually save money. Please take note that number one, I am not a financial expert. Number two, I am not rich. I am just an average ordinary person, okay, earning average amount of money just like majority of the people in the world. And please take note that most or all the advice that I am going to give to you guys did not originate from me. It also came from other YouTubers, financial advisors that I have listened to, watched to, and I'm just here to share the knowledge that I have learned from them. So that's that. Let's make that clear. So number one, before I start, sorry, number one, before I start my video, I want to share something. When I was little, my mom would give me 25 pesos plus my packed lunch just in case I want to buy something. So the 5 pesos, I use it for fare. I would always save the 20 pesos. So from Monday to Friday, I would save the 20 pesos and I would have 100 pesos. And what will I do with the 100 pesos? I use the 100 pesos to buy food in Jollibee. So I wanted to buy food with my own money that I saved because I know I cannot buy something that is worth 20 pesos in Jollibee. There was no Jolly Kitty meal that is worth 20 pesos back then. So I've always seen, or even my mom always seen, that I have always had this skill of being good in saving money. So I want to share for you guys that, oh my gosh, even at a young age, sometimes you could already see it in people that we are really good in saving money. So let's start. Number one, the psychology of labeling money. The psychology of labeling money. For example, you have 10,000 pesos in the bank and it's your saving. Like you save it monthly in amount. 10,000 pesos slowly. Next, you have 10,000 pesos and that is your 13-month pay or bonus, assumingly. So, which one will you most likely spend? The 10,000 pesos in your savings or the 10,000 pesos which is your 13-month pay? So, I'll give you time to think. If you answer it's the 13 pesos, which is the 13-month pay, you are using the psychology of labeling. Because psychologically, you would think because it was labeled as 13-month pay bonus, it means you didn't really work hard for you to get that money because it's given, it's bonus, it's labeled as that way. So, yeah, it's easier to spend it. While the other money, which is 10,000 pesos also, is labeled as savings. So it's kind of hard for you to spend it for leisure because it's labeled as savings. Am I correct? But honestly, the 10,000 pesos in the saving and the 10,000 pesos in the 13-month pay or bonus are actually same value, same money. But it's hard for you to spend. Why? Because of the psychology of labeling. They make you think that the value of the 10,000 pesos, which is the 13-month pay, is lower, so you have more right to spend it on leisure. But honestly, you worked for that 13-month pay and bonus. Because if you didn't, then I hope the amount that you receive is the same as everybody else. But it's not, because it will still be based in your performance, in your attendance, in the feedback that you receive in your work. So it's not actually something that it's visible that you work on it. They make it seem like it's free from the word bonus. 13-month pay, but there's only 12 months in a year. So they make it sound like it's free money, but it's not. And the value is still the same as your 10,000 pesos in the savings. So we please take note of that because we will use the psychology of labeling later on. For example, it's your birthday. How much money did you actually save for your birthday? None. Okay, for example, I don't really like save money for my birthday, but when my birthday comes, I would spend as much as I want. And how much is the limit? What if something happened and then you needed to take money from your savings again? Then you'll never see your savings grow. So let's use the psychology of labeling in our advantage. So I will give you the list of things that I usually break down my budget in. Insurance, fare, food, travel. This is for leisure. At least once a year or twice a year, I allow myself to travel somewhere. Healthcare when I get sick. My birthday, of course, load, personal hygiene, laundry, electric bill, water bill, drinking water bill, and then savings. So those are the things wherein my money is divided on. And then after that, you ask yourself, how much is your salary and how much are you willing to give in each category? Technically, nobody has ever been happy about reducing their spending capacity. Okay? But at the beginning, you need to learn that you have to save so that you could have financial freedom. Most people who wants to say they want to be a billionaire are not really those people who want to be a billionaire, but they want to spend like a billionaire. And that's different. Per person will think he wants to be a billionaire because he wants to spend billions. A billionaire is a billionaire because he earns billion. You see the difference? It doesn't mean you have, it means you have to spend it all. Maybe if you have, then you could learn how to invest it. But like what I said, you have to save more before you invest. Next, save what you can. Sometimes we hear some books saying you should save 25% of your salary, you should save 10% of your salary, you should save 50% of your salary. But in all honesty, the amount that you save will always depend on what you can. That's why I'm saying save what you can. For example, if you're single and you're still living with your parents and you are not paying any bill and you are not insured, then you have a chance to save even 50 or 80% of your salary if you really want. Okay, now if you're living independent and you're already paying the bills, etc., and you're living on your own, then most likely you could only save up to 25%. Okay, if you're married and you have kids, you could save maybe 10 to 5% of your salary. And there's nothing wrong with that because you are spending more money. Okay? You're spending more money because there's a person who's dependent on you and you need to finance that person. So technically, you'll be spending more and saving less. So rather than listening to that, oh, you need to save this one, you need to just save what you can rather than pressuring yourself to save 50%, because later on I can assure you, if you say I'm gonna save 50% of my salary, you'll have this problem of, like, there are times that you would even grab your savings to spend something and then you wouldn't see your savings grow. Okay, you wouldn't see your savings grow because you keep on grabbing it. So if you could only save, for example, 500 pesos a month and really not touch that, then you'll see your savings grow. You have to break down your money because if you see it as a whole, you'll just spend it all. You'll keep on thinking that you have this huge amount of money. For example, this wallet, I put here the money that I spent for my food. Okay, so it's already booked now. This other wallet contains the money that I use to pay for my fare. Next, the one I use for my bill and for my water, they are paid online, so I don't technically see them in my wallet. That is where psychology of money or labeling comes along, because you don't see the money and you don't see it as something that you could spend for anything that you want. It's not enough that you label it. Sometimes you have to physically separate them. Like what I did. I physically separate them. I could actually put them together, like this is the money I'm gonna use for fare and food and daily. But then again, I decided to separate them in a separate budget so that I would know if I am going beyond or I'm exceeding. And this is only the budget that I am allowing myself to spend on that day. Again, I know it's kind of restricting, it's kind of controlling, and it's kind of not fun, but you'll get used to it and you'll be happy once you see that your budget or your savings got increased and finally could go to your invest and you can buy your desire. Now that was very like a TED Talk speech about saving money. And I really do not know how to end the video. But the thing here is that you just have to save what you can. Label your money according to what you need each month. If the only amount of money that you save in a month is 500 or 1000, then so be it. But if you actually can earn or save more, then go. Okay, save more. I want to share an example like my boss. I never seen my boss looking or acting like she's rich. But she is rich because she is my boss, okay? I never seen her like wearing Louis Vuitton and so forth, Hermes and so forth. She's very very simple, but I know she's rich because she's my boss. See? And technically, she would rather invest her money, invest in terms of something that would return money to her in a bigger amount. Like what I said a while ago, this feels like a heavy duty TED talk, and I hope at some point it was able to help you to understand on how to actually save money. Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.